Hi guys! Today I'll be reading chapter 35, The Loser. Compass rolled off very fast and the bad habits scattered, shrinking into the darkness as did Broken Angel and Blue Bunny, but for a few moments Jack was so terrified he couldn't move at all. Two gigantic white searchlights were moving through the sky above their waists. Their twin beams swept the ground, illuminating the many scurrying things that were running pell-mell away from the loser. The searchlights were his eyes, and they swung over the snowy waste as the loser turned his giant head this way and that. He was so tall that Jack could actually hear the top of his head scraping on the high wooden sky as his blinding eyes scanned the ground for things to eat. It was hard to tell whether he was a giant man or a robot. He didn't walk on feet, but on steel points like a two-legged spider. His body, his arms, and his legs were all covered in millions of broken things, so that he glistened all over with cogs, springs, handles, aerials, buttons, lids, and other bits of the bodies he'd torn to pieces before eating. The loser let out a terrible cry that shook the ground and made the boulders tremble. It was a howl of fury but also an anguish, as though he'd lost something he loved and would never ever get back. And then he swooped. An enormous hand with fingers like steel girders swished across the waist, scooping up fleeing things. Jack heard their screams as the loser pulled them up into the air and examined them by the light of his pitiless eyes. "Jack, move!" shouted the Christmas pig, seizing Jack's hand and tugging as the loser stooped again. The giant steel fingers flew past once more, coming so close to where Jack was standing that he saw the jagged fingertips encrusted with glass and steel. Jack let the Christmas pig pull him along, but his leg felt numb with terror and he kept tripping. The beams from the loser's eyes were darting and flashing all around them, so that Jack became sick and dizzy and lost all sense of direction. At any moment, he was sure he'd feel the giant metal hands of the loser closing around him and yanking him up into the air. "Where's Compass?" he cried as the Christmas pig pulled him on. "I don't know," shouted the Christmas pig. "Just run, we've got to find somewhere to hide." The loser screamed again, and the spotlights of his eyes slid past them, grazing Jack's elbow. Jack heard Holly's voice somewhere out in the darkness. "Please, no, please, no, "Jack, come on," shouted the Christmas pig, because Jack had stopped running and was trying to pull free of his grip. "Holly," said Jack. "He's got Holly." "It isn't Holly. You know it isn't Holly," said the Christmas pig, dragging Jack onward with both trotters. "It was Holly's bad habit, and you should be glad it's gone." But Jack hated hearing Holly's voice, so desperate and scared, and was only distracted when he spotted Broken Angel up ahead, running for her life, but stumbling over her torn dress and unable to see properly through her only remaining eye. "Take my free hand," Jack called to her. "Oh, thank you," she cried. But as she stretched her unbroken arm toward him, the beams from the loser's eyes found her. The Broken Angel tripped, and the loser pounced. His huge, glittering fist seized her, and she was lifted up into the air. "There's nothing we can do," said the Christmas pig fiercely, as Jack tried to pull him backward. "Run, Jack, run, or it'll be us next." Do you think they found somewhere to hide? See you in the next chapter.